welcome back to Footy Leagues Around the World. My name is Ryan, and in today's episode we will be covering our first continent. It's Australia.
Footy Leagues Around the World. Footy Leagues, heck yeah!
So like the United States, Australia has multiple leagues, but no promotion or relegation between its top league, the A-League. The A-League is a 10-team league made up of 9 Australian teams and 1 New Zealand team, the Wellington Phoenix. The league was founded in 2004, replacing the defunct NSL. The season lasts from October to April, and each team plays 27 games. After that, the top 6 teams move on to a single elimination tournament, in which the top 2 teams get a bye until round 2. The winner of the grand final earns a spot in the AFC Champions League, as well as the top 3 teams from the regular season. Below the A-League, things get a bit crazy. In level 2 of the pyramid, we have the National Premier Leagues, which are divided into 8 divisions which represent the 8 regions of Australia, the Australian Capital Territory, or ACT, where Canberra is, New South Wales, Northern New South Wales, Queensland, South Australia, Tasmania, Victoria, and Western Australia. There's also a Northern Territory Regional League, but they sort of just do their own thing. After this point, the different regions have their own number of levels, some more than others. In the ACT, we have the Premier League, which has 10 teams in it, all in and around Canberra. Then below that, we have the ACT Capital League. Next, we have the National Premier League of New South Wales, which has 5 levels, most levels consisting of 12 teams per league. Northern New South Wales has 3 leagues, Queensland has 2 leagues, South Australia has 4 leagues, Tasmania is divided between North and South, Northern has 3 leagues, while Southern has 6 leagues, Victoria is divided between East and West, with 12 leagues in total, and finally Western Australia has 11 leagues, though most of them at the bottom are amateur leagues. There's one cup competition in Australia, the FFA Cup, a knockout competition which features a majority of the teams in Australia. It started in 2014, so there's really not a lot of history to talk about. Speaking of history, before the A-League there was the NSL, which started in 1977 and went until 2004. Over its 28 years, 42 teams competed and 13 different teams won the league's championship. After the league folded, some teams in the league went to different leagues in Australia and still exist today. When it comes to the A-League, the Brisbane Roar and the Melbourne Victory have the most championships with 3 each. Oh boy, does the A-League have some rules. First off, you can only have up to 5 foreign players on a squad, there must be at least 2 goalkeepers on a squad, there must be at least 3 Australian players who are under the age of 20 on a squad. Squads can have a minimum of 20 players, but a maximum of 23 players. There's also a salary cap in the A-League, which is 2.6 million Australian dollars. Teams are required to spend the salary floor, or the minimum salary cap, which is $2.275 million, or 87.5% of the salary cap. The minimum salary for players over the age of 20 is $55,000, while the minimum wage for players under the age of 20 is $41,000. For the upcoming season, each team will get 3 marquee player spots, which means that each team can pay an unlimited amount of money to up to 3 players. Each team also gets 1 guest player spot. This player must meet a certain marketability criteria by the FFA and can play in up to 14 A-League matches. There are also homegrown players, loyalty players, contracted NYL players, mature age rookies, blah 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 blah. There are just a ton of player rules. Speaking of players, the A-League has some solid marquee players currently, guys like Tim Cahill, Bezert Berisha, Bruno Fornarelli, and Kostas Barbarousos. There have also been a solid number of international stars that have played in the A-League. Guys that come to mind are Mark Janko and Alessandro Del Piero. Besides Australian and New Zealand players, you'll also find a fair amount of players coming from Italy, Spain, Ireland, Germany, Denmark, Scotland, Portugal, England, Albania, Croatia, Serbia, Slovakia, Senegal, Tunisia, Uruguay, Argentina, Brazil, Curacao, Fiji, and Japan. So when I first started watching association football, the A-League was one of the first leagues that I watched, and I really have a soft spot for it. I used to watch games at like 2 o'clock in the morning in the United States on Fox Soccer Plus, but I don't think they have the rights to the A-League anymore, which is really too bad for me. If you live in Australia, all A-League games are broadcasted on Fox Sports, and they have a great group of commentators and studio presenters, especially the Queen, Tara Rushton. Very nice. The A-League has a great YouTube presence through its official page, and a page called A-League HD, which pretty much has every match highlight from last season, which is really awesome. If you know any other good places to watch A-League football on the internet, you know what to do. Leave a comment or a link below. Well, that's it for Australia. Thanks for watching. Coming up next, we're going back to Europe. It's Austria.